Boeing's nuclear-powered Airliner, Aviation breakthrough, or the Prelude to a global arms race. Extended version, approximately 30 minutes of spoken narration. Narrator opening. Slow, suspenseful tone, subtle atmospheric music. What if I told you aviation is on the verge of its most radical leap since the jet age? That a major aerospace leader is quietly assembling technology once reserved for nuclear submarines, designing a passenger aircraft powered by a compact nuclear reactor capable of crossing oceans in an hour. But as this dream unfolds, powerful military voices are already circling. Tonight, we investigate Boeing's startling announcement and ask the question, is this a new era of travel or a herald of an unseen arms race? Clapperboard Chapter 1. The Vision, Project Orion unveiled. In early July 2025, Boeing triggered global shockwaves with an announcement almost out of science fiction. It will develop the world's first nuclear-powered passenger airliner, nicknamed internally as Orion. Public records and preliminary press releases revealed plans for an aircraft capable of speeds up to 6,000 kilometers per hour, dwarfing the cruising speed of today's fastest commercial jets. 1. The ambitious timeline. According to internal documents leaked by engineers and defense contractors, prototype readiness by mid-2027. Flight tests scheduled for late 2027 through 2028. Pre-commercial conversion aimed for 2030. These targets are aggressive, especially given the regulatory and engineering hurdles tied to nuclear aviation. 2. Technical blueprint. Boeing's visionary design rests on 3 pillars. Compact nuclear reactor core. Unlike massive geological reactors, this scaled-down fission unit allegedly fits within fuselage dimensions, using advanced reactor designs originally pioneered in naval applications, e.g. nuclear-powered submarines. Plasma turbojet conversion system. Reactor heat generates plasma thrust via high-temperature turbines, a radical departure from conventional combustion engines. Noise suppression and environmental safety. Acoustic engineering promises quieter operation than typical jets, and designers highlight zero carbon emissions as a key selling point. 3. The civilian case. The frame narrative is simple. Revolutionize long-distance travel. Conventional wisdom. Boeing executives suggest a Paris, New York flight in just 1 hour versus the current 7 to 8 hours. New global hub dynamics. Cities previously 8 hours apart become 1-hour neighbors. Cost efficiency. Despite expensive infrastructure, atomic fuel costs far less than jet fuel over time. Stop sign Chapter 2. International and regulatory challenges. 1. Regulatory minefield. Nuclear-powered flight isn't just rare, it's unprecedented. Aviation regulators, FAA, EASA, ICAO, face dozens of uncharted regulatory issues. Radiation safety, shielding for passengers and crew. Emergency nuclear protocols, crash risk, reactor shutdown in midair. International law compliance, nuclear airspace treaties, overflight liabilities. Experts warn that certification hurdles alone may take years, possibly even a decade beyond initial projections. 2. Public perception and geopolitics. Polls conducted in mid-2025 by agencies in the US and Europe show divided public sentiment. 37% excited, seeing it as a bold leap forward. 47% concerned or strongly opposed, fearing radiation, nuclear proliferation, and potential militarization. Geopolitical analysts further note that Russia, China, and India are closely monitoring Project Orion, some already rumored to pursue parallel initiatives. A transatlantic nuclear airliner race may resemble the space race of the 1960s. Detective Chapter 3. Military attention, strategic implications surfacing. Even as Boeing markets Orion under the banner of peaceful innovation, top-secret intelligence leaks reveal that militaries globally are keenly eyeing the technology. 1. Pentagon and NATO inquiries. Sources inside defense institutions confirm Formal requests from a U.S. Department of Defense and NATO regarding technical details, propulsion systems, nuclear shielding specs, and the timeline. At least 3 briefings delivered to Pentagon Nuclear and Aerospace Divisions in Q2 and Q3 of 2025. 2. The hypersonic bomber potential. Aviation confidential presentations reviewed by defense analysts reference hypothetical configurations. Bomber-class variants capable of hypersonic intercontinental flight, undetectable by many surface-to-air defense systems, refueling-free. Capable of loiter durations of 12 to 16 hours in target zones, increasing strike persistence. Strategic analysts highlight Orion's potential use in first strike delivery without reliance on conventional refueling logistics. An anonymous NATO official commented, "If Boeing pulls this off, they are delivering not just the next age of aviation, potentially the next age of strategic deterrence." 3. The ethics debate. International think tanks voice concern. Dual-use technology risk. Civil aviation used as a cover for weapons development. Proliferation concerns. What if non-state actors or smaller nations acquire this technology? Arms control treaty gaps. No existing regime addresses airborne nuclear propulsion as a weapons enabler. Satellite Antenna Chapter 4. Inside Boeing, R&D, Dissent, and Public Messaging. 1. Internal bureaucracy and debate. Interviews with Boeing insiders, some speaking off the record, others leaked documents, reveal heated internal debates. Established commercial aviation executives warning of regulatory and reputational risks. On the other hand, innovation-focused engineers arguing the disruption is worth pursuit. 2. Public PR strategy. Boeing's external narrative emphasizes environmental responsibility, zero carbon emissions, economic opportunity, new jobs, new markets, global connectivity, shrinking world distances. But internal memos referenced Anglo-American defense contracts on reactor shielding and plasma turbine prototypes, documents not mentioned in press releases. 3. Investor watch. Wall Street reports indicate Boeing stock tickers saw a plus 12% price jump immediately after the announcement, even though analysts caution that R&D burn rate could be enormous before any returns. Bond investors are questioning whether the company may need tens of billions in debt financing before mass production. Magnifying Glass Tilted Left Chapter 5. Scenarios and what comes next. Scenario A. A new age of travel. Aircraft certified by mid-2030s. New ultra-fast airlines emerges. Paris, Tokyo in 2 hours, London, Sydney in 3. Commercial viability turns atomic aviation into a global industry. Scenario B. Regulatory, technical, or political quagmires. Public opposition causes countries to ban overflight. Treaty constraints hamper widespread operation. Projects stalled in perpetual testing, perhaps becoming a footnote in aerospace history. Scenario C. Military dominance and arms race. A smaller, militarized variant enters Air Force service. Other major powers race to replicate, possibly igniting new arms competition. International efforts at arms control and new treaties attempted, but perhaps too late. Direct hit final reflections. Innovation or Pandora's box. Our investigation reveals a clear truth. Boeing's Project Orion stands at the nexus of technological ambition and global strategic tension. If successful and managed responsibly, it could shrink the planet, offering ultra-fast travel with near-zero emissions. If misused, or if military applications predominate, it could reshape global power structures, turning the skies into a theater for strategic dominance. Epilogue/closing narration. The dream of cruising above continents in 1 hour may be closer than we ever dared imagine. But every dream has a dark side. As Project Orion accelerates toward prototype and flight tests, the world watches and wonders, will this be our greatest connector or our most dangerous bifurcation? The future is fast, terrifyingly fast. At 6,000 kilometers per hour,